Hi, I'm Annie McCarty, and this is my story. About 12 years ago, right out of college, my husband and I decided to open our own business. We opened an automotive shop, and we went from having a pretty active lifestyle. I had never really been a big exerciser per se, and I certainly hadn't been an athlete at all. But we had a pretty active lifestyle. So we went on a lot of hikes. We took our dogs for walks all the time. We went swimming. We were just always doing something, it seemed like. And when we opened the business, I went from that to sitting behind a desk, often working 12-plus-hour days, working 6 to 7 days a week, trying to get this thing off the ground. And we also went from having a decent diet. I mean, it wasn't spectacular. We had our share of, pizza and cheesesteaks and wings and all of that good stuff. But, we ate somewhat decently some of the time, and went from that to eating pretty much horribly, just junk all the time. We were eating a lot of takeout and delivery, eating out at restaurants because we felt like we didn't have the time to cook because of the business, and we were so tired and exhausted all the time. We were often eating at work while we were working. So what ended up happening is I gained a lot of weight pretty quickly. And the real trigger for me, though, obviously I was unhappy with how I looked from the weight gain, but the real trigger for me was that my blood pressure and my cholesterol went up. And I was still in my early 20s at this point, and I did not want to be on medication my entire life. That was absolutely, I was just not going to let that happen. And another reason it was such a big trigger is that on both sides of my family, I have heart disease, I have high blood pressure and high cholesterol. I've seen what these conditions can do. I had one grandfather pass away in his mid-60s from a massive heart attack. I barely remember him, and neither of my sisters ever got to meet him. My other grandfather suffered a number of strokes before he finally passed away. And pretty much everywhere I look on our family tree, there is high blood pressure and high cholesterol. And I really see, the health toll that it takes on people. And I didn't want to be another one of those people in my family that passed away early. I didn't want to leave my family before I should, especially for these conditions that were a result of my unhealthy lifestyle. I felt like since I had gotten myself there, that I needed to get myself out of the situation. But obviously that can be easier said than done. So I tried a bunch of stuff. I tried running, and that did not work. I do not enjoy running at all. I absolutely detest it. And the more I tried to make myself do it, the more I hated it. I just didn't stick with it. And when I would make myself go out and run, I was not pushing myself. So I really didn't see any results from that at all. And then I thought, well, maybe it's that I don't like running in the heat and the cold. I have a bit of athletic induced asthma, and extreme temperatures tend to trigger it. So I bought myself a treadmill, and that didn't really help because I just do not enjoy running. So I decided, well, I'll sign up for a gym membership because that's what you're supposed to do to lose weight, right? Is go to the gym. So I did that, but because we were short on time, I was still working these crazy hours, and it just meant that I didn't get myself to the gym. I just didn't didn't make time to go, didn't make it a priority. And honestly, I was just exhausted most of the time. And the times when I was awake, I was pretty much spending it working. So the other thing is when I would get to the gym, I didn't really know what I was doing. I could go run on that treadmill, which I had at home too, and didn't enjoy. Most of the other cardio machines, I just don't enjoy doing. I could mimic what I saw other people doing in terms of lifting weights, but I didn't know what I was doing. So I wasn't getting results there either. And I canceled my membership pretty quickly when I realized that this was just not working out for me, and it was just wasting my money basically at that point. So, this went on for a while. It was probably a good 5 years at least that this went on, of me living this lifestyle and trying thing after thing that just wasn't working. And I knew that I needed to do something because my weight was still up and I still had high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and the time was passing, and I knew these conditions, these diseases were taking a toll on my body, and so was carrying this extra weight around. But just nothing seemed to be working for me. And I didn't really know what to do. I couldn't afford a personal trainer at all. I'd kind of thought about that, but I just knew it wasn't something that was in the budget at all. So I was at the point I was just about to give up, to be honest. I was really frustrated. I was very unhappy with how I looked, and I just kind of resigned myself. You know what? You are just going to be one of these people who is overweight, and you are probably just going to suffer from these conditions that run in your family, that are in your genetics. And I've tried, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's not getting better, and I'm just going to have to go on this medication, and it's going to be that way for the rest of my life. And I just felt like there was nowhere else to turn. I just didn't know what else to do. And I was very close to giving up, just completely resigning myself to these facts, or what I thought were facts. But the winter of 2009, right around the new year, one of my friends, he knew that I was trying to lose weight. And he had seen this infomercial on TV, and one of his friends had been talking about this as well. And he said to me, "Hey, I saw this thing. It's called like PX90 or something like that. I don't really know. But the infomercial looked cool. And, it's this thing you do at home, and it's like weightlifting and cardio and yoga, and people are just getting like insane results from it. Have you looked at it? Have you heard about it?" And I hadn't heard about it. So I looked it up on the internet, and I thought, well, this is something I haven't tried yet. So I scraped together the money, used some Christmas money, and I ordered the program for myself. And it was a Beachbody program. Trainer was Tony Horton, and it was something different than I had ever done. Here I was, being able to work out in my own living room on my own time. If I didn't get home from work until midnight, that was fine. I could still get my workout in without having to worry about it. It was right there on my TV. And it was, I'm not going to lie, it was really hard at first. It was so hard. It's an extreme workout program. And I would be on the ground struggling to do, 2 or 3 push-ups on my knees because I was so out of shape at this point. And these people on the screen would be doing 20 push-ups on their toes. And I was thinking, how am I ever going to get to that point? But you know what? After a couple weeks, I started to be able to do a couple more reps of everything. And that was reassuring. That was the first progress I had seen in a long time. And that was inspiring and motivating. And here I had this trainer on the TV telling me exactly what I needed to do. I didn't have to guess. I didn't have to think. I didn't have to wonder if I was doing the right thing or not. I just followed what he was telling me to do. And after a round of P90X, the weight was coming off. It was coming off fast. And I did another round of it, and my blood pressure was starting to come down as my weight came off. And I decided to order Insanity, which is also a Beachbody program. And I got great results with that. Using both those programs, I lost all the weight that I had gained, and my blood pressure was better than it had been in years. It was actually into normal ranges where they were saying that I wouldn't have to go on medication, and my cholesterol was coming down as well. So fast forward to after my first daughter was born, my nutrition was still not great. It's always something that I kind of struggle with. The exercise part for me is the easy part, and the nutrition is a little bit more challenging for myself personally. So I was struggling to lose the last 10 to 15 pounds of baby weight. I was just kind of yo-yoing around there and just couldn't quite get it off. And I knew that it probably was largely my nutrition at this point, because I was back into my workouts. And I met a girl on Facebook in a mom's group I was in. Her name was Brianne, and she was a Beachbody coach, and she was doing a clean eating group, a free group. And I thought, well, it's free. Why not give it a shot? So I jumped into the group with her, and it was awesome. It was just an amazing experience. It was something that I had never had before. There was this support network that I had never, ever had. I had never had people there when I was having a bad day to say, you know what, it's okay. You might have had a bad day, but just try again tomorrow. And I never had people when I lost even half a pound. I had this group of 30 moms who were just like me, trying to lose the baby weight. And when I lost a half a pound, they were all saying what a great job I did. And they were so proud of me, and they knew that I could do it. And it was just amazing. I don't know how else to describe it, but just having that support system there was something unlike I had ever had before. So partway through this program, this clean eating group, I decided to enroll as a Beachbody coach myself, just to get the discount on the products. I had purchased a lot of the workouts in the past, and I'm always wanting to try a new workout, and they work for me. So, getting the discount on that, and I started drinking the superfood shake, Shakeology, every single day. And I just wanted the discount on my shake mainly. So after drinking Shakeology for a month, the rest of the baby weight came right off. In fact, I was in the best shape I literally have ever been in my entire life, even before I gained the weight, ever. It was amazing. And I had so many friends and family noticing that and complimenting me. And then they started asking me what I was doing. And then they started asking me if I could help them. And for me, that was really the transition into going from just what's called a discount coach, just being a coach to get a discount on my own products, to helping people. I thought, this is kind of selfish of me. I have all these things that have worked for me, that have gotten me in this amazing shape and gotten rid of all of these chronic health conditions that I was really suffering from, and, were shortening my life. And it would be really selfish not to help these people. I mean, they're my friends and family. So that's when I really got into coaching. And I just decided one day that I was going to do it, and I went for it, and I have never looked back. It has been such an amazing experience. Not only do I get to help people find what works for them, like I was able to find work for me finally. I get to help people who have gotten to that point that I got to, where I had just about given up, all but given up. And I get to help people find that for themselves, find that motivation, and be inspired again. And that's just an amazing feeling. And obviously, me and my family, we are healthier. We live a healthy lifestyle now, and we're healthier than we had ever lived. I know that I am raising my daughters to eat well and to exercise and work out and take care of themselves. And I hope that they never have to go through what I went through. But if they do, they'll have the tools. And they'll at least have the knowledge and the power and be empowered to be able to make changes when they need to their own lifestyle. I've also met some amazing people through coaching. I can say without a doubt that some of my best friends came from coaching. I would not have known these women and men if I had not jumped into this opportunity. And lastly, financially, it has lifted such a huge weight off of me. Owning your own business is stressful financially. There are good times and there are bad times. We survived through the economic downturn, the recession, and it was insanely stressful. We took on a lot of personal debt just to keep our company afloat. And like I said, there are good times. There are months that we do really well. And there are months that, as a business owner, you don't get paid until all the other expenses are paid. Once our payroll is paid, and once all of the bills are paid, and once the rent is paid, then whatever's left over is what we get to hopefully take something home out of. We also try to heavily reinvest in our company. So oftentimes we're trying to grow the company, and that just doesn't leave a lot for us. So having this other stream of income has been such a huge stress relief. I can't even begin to explain what a relief it is to have income for our family coming in from somewhere else than our automotive business. I have been able to do things for myself that I never thought I would be able to afford. Like, I have our house cleaned every other week, which is amazing. It gives me time. All of that time I would spend cleaning my house, I can now spend with my girls and with my husband. I was driving a 17-year-old SUV around, which I absolutely loved, but obviously could have used a little bit of extra care. And with having a second baby coming, I really needed a new car, a new, safer car. So I was able to, with my Beachbody income, make the decision that I was just going to go buy a car. And I know that I can afford the loan because of the regular income I have coming in. So these changes that it's allowed me to do for my family, and the extra time to spend with my family, have just been incredible. I'm really, really so thankful for the opportunity to work as a coach, helping others, keeping myself and my family healthy, and being able to support my family and spend so much more time with them than I would have had otherwise. So thanks for listening. I hope this helped inspire you to go on your own journey, whatever that may be. Have a great day.